S4's been having a little bit of some braking issues recently. Figured today's episode, might as well show you how to check your brakes. If they're bad, I'll show you how to change them. So it's really straightforward drive. You don't need many tools. A lot of the stuff you need, you have already, I can guarantee you. They're pretty common tools. If we do end up doing the brake job, I will list all the tools you need for this specific job. Mine does need a scan tool. So that one's gonna be a bit hard, but you can rent them from a lot of places like AutoZone, Pet Boys, stuff like that. A lot of people can help you out. You don't have to buy the scan tool outright, but get these wheels off and see what's going on. Once you get the car up, it's actually really hard to get your lug nuts loose because your tires will spin. Unless you have an e-brake that locks all tires, I would just go through, crack them all loose on the ground. Don't loosen them a lot before you get the car up so that they'll come off easier once you're already up there. And it'll just make your life way easier. Alright guys, once you've got it on all your jack stands, you want to make sure they're all even in between. There's grooves on each jack stand. Make sure they're even on that bar. Mine got a ripple right here. That's where mine jacks on, but you might have different pivot points. It depends on what your car has from factory. But what you want to do is you want to go, just put your hand on multiple points, give her a good push. Make sure it's nice and sturdy so that it doesn't fall on you. What I do is I like to take one of those tires over there, my spares. These are my old stocks I have. You want to take a couple of those. You can toss them under there when you're under there, but we're not going under there today. You can never be too safe with this kind of stuff. We're gonna go ahead and get all of these tires off and get looking at these brakes. We'll update you guys on the condition and everything once I get there. So now it's time to check your actual brake pads themselves. What you want is minimum of 2 millimeters. That's the bare minimum, is 2 millimeters. So if you're checking at home, like me, you don't have the proper sleeves to check. So your average flathead, the tip of it is about 1 millimeter, all right? So you can take this and kind of, eyeball it if you're good at measurements. So this part of the pad right here that I'm looking at, this is what you use. This is the part that you do not use, all right? So once this gets down to around 2 mils, you need to change. Mine are looking around 6-7 mil. That's very good, more than enough. You could check your inner pads, but I personally am not going to because right now all of my pads are looking very solid. This one, also around 6 to 7 mil. Don't even need to check my inner pads. Perfect positioning. Well, perfect depth. That to go back here, check these. Also 6 to 7 mil. All of mine are looking really solid so far. Also really solid. I don't exactly have an example of bad pads to show you. I'm sure you could imagine, that thickness is not going to be there. You're gonna hear squealing, you're gonna feel performance differences. My brakes are just getting really hot. Typically with sports cars, you wanna run drilled and slotted rotors. I don't. Nothing special, really. But drilled and slotted is going to be next because now I know that it's not my brake pads that's an issue. It is it's a rotor issue. That's pretty much how you check your brake pads. I don't need to do the brake job yet, but once I do, I'll drop a video for that. So let's just get the wheels back on and we'll call it a night. Well, I found some paint that I had from back when I had my old Mercedes. These come from the factory black, but I think I'm gonna give them a little paint job. Really excited to see how they turn out. Why not? We got it up there. I've got the paint already, Just give her a little scrub and then toss the paint on it. We'll be all set. I feel like it's gonna look really nice. If I hate it, I hate it. If I don't, I don't. See you guys then. just finished cleaning up each one. They all came out fairly well, but there's a lot of like just dirt and mildew stacked up on a lot of them, and it's like kind of just made some permanent fading in the paint. So I'm kind of glad I'm doing this because some of them it wasn't coming out anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and mask off each wheel, and then just prep it and get it ready for the first layer of paint. Finish masking off everything. I just use garbage bags, and then I got some tape over the parts that I don't want. Go ahead and get going on this paint job, and we'll see how they look. Alrighty guys, well, I ended up pulling it together pretty well for the most part. I'm just gonna let them finish up curing. I think they look pretty good. Take these stickers, I covered up the S4 logos. I'll record those in a second before I go to bed, but other than that, I'll catch you guys in the morning. Next day, let's get these wheels on. When you're putting your wheels back on, you want to put them back on in a star bit pattern, which means you put it on like this. So you go here, 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 here. Always do the one that's across from each other. Do that so the face of the wheel can seat to the rotor properly, so that when you're at high speed, you don't have any wobbling or vibrations, because it means that your wheel isn't seated properly. So once you got all your lug nuts on, what you want to do, you want to tighten each one a good little bit without making the wheel spin too much. And after you're done doing that, you can put it on the floor, and then that's when you torque them down, is when you're on the floor, so you can actually torque them down properly without the tire spinning too much. Safest way possible is just to get it tightened down a good bit while it's up here. Then drop it down slowly, make sure it's all good. And then, go through and torque each one individually. Once you got them all on, just go ahead and drop the car and get ready to torque them. Alright, now go through and torque your wheels. Alrighty, last thing you do before finishing up is take for a little test drive, make sure everything feels good, make sure everything's alright. You'll be all set.